because you know how when everything goes, wrong in your life or everything's out of whack, you're all like trying to plan shit. You're like, oh yeah. Let me do this, and this. Like, damn, it was so easy. Why wasn't I just doing all this before? Well, the truth is, it is that easy, but why weren't you doing all that before? Why does it seem like some things for some people are super easy, and then those same things are difficult for other people? Do you ever feel like you're forcing yourself to be somebody that you're not? You ever feel like you're forcing something that's maybe just not there? Or you feel like it's not there, like you almost don't know what it is? I know that feeling all too well. And everything in your life, like whatever endeavor you want to go on, whether it's fitness, building a business, improving your relationship, or spiritual, whatever endeavor you want to go on and you want to improve in your life, yes, you should always seek out those blueprints and those systems. You absolutely should. That's a hack right there. Working with coaches, working with people that have done what you've done, made the mistakes that, you don't have to make so they can teach you. Always a good move. But what happens when that doesn't work? Or what if you're reluctant to do that? Did you ever think of maybe why is it so difficult for me and so easy for other people, or so it seems? And it's almost so simple you would think I was really joking. But the truth is it just hasn't become a part of who you are. Like, you don't identify as that person. You don't identify as someone who wakes up early and hits a crazy hard workout and then goes and makes thousands of dollars every day. That does whatever the fuck they want. If that's what you want to do. I'm not saying that's has to be your goal, but that was me. I wanted to be this guy. Fucking doing my morning workout on my terms. In a car that I want to drive. Living a lifestyle that I want to live. I'm almost 30. I'm going to be 28 in October. It's not like I didn't know this when I was a teenager. It's not like I didn't know this in my early 20s, but how come it took a decade? Well, I can tell you why. It took a decade because it wasn't who I really was. It wasn't who I identified with. That just wasn't me. I wanted to be somebody, but I really was a fucking loser. I acted like a loser. I didn't act like a fucking winner. This is why it doesn't matter how much you meditate. It doesn't matter how much you pray. Honestly, it doesn't matter how much you think and ponder and want to manifest and all that. It doesn't matter. You can sit there and close your eyes and squint as hard as you want, concentrate. It doesn't matter. If the actions don't actually match what the fuck you say you want to be, or who you want to be rather, then then your words are as good as nothing. When you can start to embody that, that's when you'll start to be like, oh, this was never about a program. This was never about a diet. This was never about working with this coach to help me improve my business, or this relationship, or this therapist. It was never about that. It was never about any of that. Now, of course, that stuff helps. Yes, I'm not saying that. But the real change is in the identity shift. Is actually believing I'm not that person anymore. If I've made mistakes, I've forgiven myself for them. If I want to be somebody, I'm engaging in the actions every day to match what I'm saying. And I understand that the future is pretty uncertain, but there's a lot of things that I can make certain today. and ensure for the future. If you just rewind that 30 seconds of what I just said, if you just keep those three aspects in mind, this is something that took so long for me to really conceptualize, guys. It's why I make videos like this, to help people understand. It doesn't matter what you tell yourself. It doesn't matter what you tell yourself if you're not actually that fucking person. And it's hard, guys. It's hard, especially if, for you guys that are, approaching 30 like me, or in your 40s, or maybe even in your 50s, and in your 20s too, of course, for you younger guys watching. You guys are finding, you're probably wondering a lot, who the fuck am I? Who do I want to be and who am I? And maybe you're not happy with who you are. Maybe you don't like yourself. I can tell you I've been there before. Man, I've fucking been there, dude. Yeah, to be completely honest with you guys, I've been there. I've been in places where, man, I fucking hated myself. I really did. It's really, it can be tough to admit that. I didn't believe in myself. I mean, I thought the worst stuff about myself, honestly. I thought I was, worthless, stupid, ugly, lazy, all of the above, all the negative emotions you could think about, all the negative traits you could attach to yourself, I thought about myself. And that's no way to fucking live, dude. That's no way to live. But how do you actually get out of that, man? How do you change that when you feel like shit? When you don't feel good about yourself? Well, maybe there's a reason why. For one, it could be that you're making promises to yourself and you're not keeping them. Two, it could be you're saying you're somebody, but you're really not that person. You're not congruent. Saying one thing, but doing another thing in the dark. How can you find that moment or that point where you can almost observe the situation from a bird's eye view? I'm telling you, you have those realizations constantly throughout the day, those small conversations you have in your head of where you can take the road that you usually take, that most people take, which is the easy route, or you can take the road less traveled, which is more likely going to lead you to your goal. You can't be doing what average motherfuckers do if you want to get results that are above average.